Hey there, book lovers. Get ready to supercharge your communication skills and become the person everyone wants to talk to. We're diving into an exciting summary of how to talk to anyone, Success in Relationships by Leil Lowndes, packed with game-changing tips you can start using today. Let's jump right in and unlock the secrets to captivating conversations. There are two kinds of people in this world. Those who walk into a room and say, "Hey, look, I'm here." And those who, when they enter, make others say, "Wow, there they are." Most of us want to be in that second group, but why is it that so many people struggle their whole lives to make a mark, express themselves, or influence others? A big chunk of the population chalks it up to bad luck and spends their life following someone else's path. You've probably seen people around you who aren't necessarily smarter, but seem to do way better than the average person. It makes you wonder, what's their secret to success? And more importantly, can you learn that skill too? Let me tell you, those successful folks have a knack for winning people over. They didn't climb to the top alone. They've influenced others and earned their trust at every turn. You'll be shocked to know that anyone can learn this skill and reach the heights of success. All it takes is adopting a few key habits into your life. By mastering these, you can become an expert at influencing others. Most people spend their lives seeking advice from others to learn this skill, but without guidance from someone experienced, they often fail. But now, this art isn't just for a select few. World-renowned author Leil Lowndes wrote a book that reveals amazing techniques to influence anyone. Let's take you on a journey through the summary of how to talk to anyone, Success in Relationships. Every technique in this book is tied to real-life situations, making them easy to apply. With these, you can start a bold new chapter in your life. We often see people who seem to communicate without saying a word. They don't need to speak to show whether they agree or disagree. Their eyes and body language do the talking. Sometimes we don't realize how others perceive us. The author's cartoonist friend Robert, who draws expressive cartoons for famous magazines, has a unique habit. When he's at a club, he sketches strangers sitting nearby and gifts them the drawings. The catch? He doesn't tell them he's drawing them. When Robert hands over the sketch, people are often shocked, saying, "No way, that's not me." But others around him say, "Oh, that's definitely you." Why did everyone else recognize the person in the sketch except the person themselves? It's because they see themselves differently than others do. When Robert put their image on paper, they couldn't believe that's how they appeared to the world. When the author asked Robert how he captures people's true emotions on paper, he said, "I just observed them closely, that's all." The author wasn't satisfied and pressed further, asking what he'd do to draw someone attractive and intelligent. Robert replied, "That person would always make eye contact, exude confidence, and have a smile that captivates others." #9 rules for a stellar personality. The author has another friend, Karen, who holds a high-ranking position at a furniture design company. She's one of the company's key employees and is well respected among her colleagues. But Karen's got a problem. Outside her workplace, she feels totally alone. She didn't know how to stand out in a crowd. Karen's not alone in this. Most people struggle with the same issue. So how can we carve out a unique presence in a sea of people and leave a positive impression? It might seem tough, but if you look closely, anyone can do it. You just need to keep 9 key things in mind. At the top of the list is your smile. Yup, your entire personality starts with your smile. If you flash it without context, it can make you seem shallow. Plus, smiles aren't one size fits all. You need the right smile for the right moment. You might be wondering, are there really different types of smiles? Absolutely. Your smile can be genuine or fake, impactful or mocking. The author's friend, Missy, was known for her playful smile that entertained everyone. After her father passed away, she took over his business and had to attend a crucial client meeting. The author, who was there, worried Missy's goofy smile might rub the clients the wrong way. But when Missy started speaking with a calm, confident smile, everyone, including the author, was stunned. Her smile wasn't the usual playful one. It was a composed smile that inspired trust. The meeting was a huge success, and the clients were super impressed. Afterward, the author couldn't resist asking Missy what caused this amazing change in her demeanor. Missy explained, "It's my smile." She used to flash it too quickly, which made people laugh but not take her seriously. Now, she pauses before smiling, letting people feel the authenticity behind it. This leads to our first technique. Always take a moment before you smile. This builds anticipation, making the other person see your smile as a genuine expression of joy. A rushed smile signals impatience, and people won't take you seriously. Hashtag the magic of eye contact. Rule number 2. People often overlook their eyes when meeting someone. Your eyes are a powerful tool that can win someone over without saying a word if you know how to use them right. Our second tip revolves around your eyes. 841 once, while giving a seminar to hundreds of people, the author kept noticing one woman in the crowd. Why? Because she was staring right at her the whole time, making the author feel like she was deeply interested. After the seminar, the author approached her and asked if she enjoyed the talk. The woman admitted she couldn't follow most of it because the author was moving around too much, making it hard for her to lip read. She had to focus intensely on the author's face. This surprised the author. Even someone who couldn't hear was so focused that it seemed like she was captivated. In our society, prolonged eye contact is sometimes seen as confrontational, but that's a myth. Research, like a study from Yale University, proves otherwise. In the study, psychologists had pairs of strangers talk for 2 minutes. Some were told to focus on their partners blinking to encourage eye contact. Those who maintained eye contact were far more persuasive than those who didn't. This gives us our second technique. Always make eye contact when talking to someone. It shows you're genuinely interested, and they'll be more eager to engage with you. Another trick is to subtly shift your gaze to someone you're interested in during a group conversation. This can signal your interest without saying a word. Police often use this tactic during interrogations, watching the facial expressions of others to gauge reactions. To use this, make the person you're interested in the focus of your gaze. It makes them feel special and valued. Hashtag how to look like a winner everywhere. Rule number 3. Think back to a moment when you were hanging out with friends and someone walked in who instantly grabbed everyone's attention. What made them stand out? Now think of someone whose presence didn't make a difference. What was different about them? Some people have a knack for impressing others quickly. Look at world leaders. They all share one trait, the way they carry themselves. Their posture and walk radiate confidence, pulling others in like a tidal wave. The author recalls visiting a circus as a kid with her mom, where she saw a group of performers preparing to build a human pyramid without a safety net. What stood out? Their confident walk and posture. Even without speaking, their presence screamed self-assurance. We're taught from childhood to stand tall and keep our heads up, but most of us still don't do it. So, how do we make it a habit? Here's a tip to boost your confident vibe. Imagine a pad above every doorway pulling your head upward as you walk through. Practice this for a few days and soon you'll naturally hold your head high and walk with confidence, transforming how others see you. Hashtag recognize their inner child. Rule number 5. Have you ever seen a kid run to their parents and hug them? Imagine a child seeing their mom after a long time, they'd rush to embrace her. We all have an inner child craving safety and validation. If you want to connect with someone, appeal to that inner child. The author's friend, Carla, who recently went through a divorce, had a magnetic personality. At a party, the author noticed guys were drawn to her, but Carla only gave them polite smiles. Then a kid came up to say hi, and Carla lit up, chatting with him warmly. The author asked why she didn't interact with the guys the same way. Carla said she couldn't, but after some encouragement, she tried. When a guy smiled at her, she flashed a warm smile back and invited him to join her. They hit it off, and soon they were deep in conversation. This taught the author that to influence someone, you need to make their inner child feel happy and safe. Find out what brings them joy, and you'll win them over. Hashtag make them feel like an old friend. Rules number 6-7. There's a famous saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. This is especially true when meeting someone new. Your body is like a 24/7 broadcast station, sending signals about how you feel, especially about the other person. When meeting someone new, your mind races with thoughts, making it hard to focus on your behavior. To avoid slip-ups, stay calm and avoid rushed actions that might give the wrong impression. With close friends, you're relaxed and fully present. Our next tip, treat a new person like an old friend you haven't seen in years. This mindset melts away nervousness, and your body language will naturally become warmer, making them feel at ease. You can't outright say they're an old friend. That's not true, but convince your mind they are, and your behavior will follow suit. This makes you more approachable, and the other person will feel closer to you faster. Hashtag earn trust and credibility. Rule number 8. The author's friend, Helen, recruits employees for big companies. She's so good that international firms trust her to pick their staff. When asked how she spots the right candidates, Helen said she can tell when someone's lying. She shared an example. A woman interviewing for a job maintained eye contact and sat confidently, but when asked why she left her last job, she hesitated. Her expression changed, and she switched her crossed legs. Helen said she was hiding something. Later, Helen learned the woman was fired by a difficult boss over a minor issue. This shows how body language can betray a lie, or even make the truth seem like a lie if you're not careful. For example, loosening your shirt collar in a hot room might make you seem nervous. Blinking too much due to dust could look like you're hiding something. Scratching an itch during a meeting might signal discomfort to others. Our next tip, avoid unnecessary movements like touching your face, blinking excessively, or crossing and uncrossing your legs. These can make you seem untrustworthy, even if you're telling the truth. Read their mind, rule number 8 continued. In the early 1900s, a horse named Hans in Germany became famous for his intelligence. His owner taught him to count by tapping his hoof. Hans could even answer simple math, geography, and science questions by tapping the correct number of times. Scientists and veterinarians tested Hans, and he answered correctly every time, even when his owner wasn't around. But when someone whispered a question in his ear that no one else could hear, Hans didn't respond. The scientists figured it out. Hans wasn't calculating answers. He was reading the subtle facial expressions of the people asking the questions. Their expressions changed as he approached the right answer, guiding him to stop tapping. If a horse can read human cues, so can you. Notice if someone's smiling, nodding, or looking away while you talk. This tells you if they're engaged or not. If they seem uninterested, switch topics to keep them hooked. Hashtag hack. Half-feel the moment. Rule number 9. Ever seen a cricket player under pressure to win on the last ball? Their mind is razor sharp, picking up every detail, the bowler's expression, the wind, the crowd. They feel the moment. The author's friend, Richard, a marathon runner, got injured weeks before a big New York marathon. Doctors told him to rest, but he was determined to compete. His friends, including the author, urged him not to, but Richard insisted he was ready. During the marathon, Richard outperformed his previous races. How? While bedridden, his body rested, but his mind trained for the race. He visualized every step. Our next tip. Before any big moment, mentally rehearse it. Picture yourself speaking confidently, walking with swagger, and engaging others. Repeat this, and your mind will make it second nature. Hashtag what to say after hi. Rule number 10. Just like your first impression grabs someone's eyes, your first words grab their ears. Those words decide how much they'll want to talk to you and what they'll think you're about. This is called small talk. Small talk isn't just filler. It sets the stage for deeper conversations. The author learned that even top Forbes personalities dislike small talk, preferring deep discussions. But small talk's real purpose is to create a safe, comfortable vibe for further connection. As a teen, the author needed a dance partner for a school event. All her friends had partners, but she hesitated to ask anyone. 3 days before the event, she called a guy, Donnie. She met at camp a year earlier. She planned exactly what to say. Hi, this is Leil. We met at camp last summer. Would you be my dance partner for the school event? Donnie eagerly agreed, saying he was looking for a partner too. Their meeting went great. Donnie was thoughtful and skilled at small talk, keeping conversations engaging. 36:02 R10 technique. Before starting a conversation, gauge the other person's mindset. Choose a topic they'll vibe with to make them feel comfortable and eager to keep talking. Hashtag how to be a charismatic conversationalist. Rule number 11. At a comedian show, the author noticed he connected with the audience effortlessly, despite an average script. Why? It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. Take Iyakawa, a Japanese man at an American train station during World War II, when tensions were high after Japan's attack on the U.S. A suspicious American couple with kids eyed him warily. Iyakawa approached them, saying, "Traveling with kids in this cold must be tough, huh?" The father nodded. Iyakawa added, "Your kids look strong for their age." The father softened and smiled. Eventually, the couple invited Hayakawa to dinner. By starting with empathy, he turns suspicion into warmth. Our 11th technique. Speak with enthusiasm and don't stress about what to say. How you say it matters more. Hashtag how to spark conversations. Rules in 1214. At parties, some people stand out, making you want to talk to them. Our next technique, called What's That?, uses this. The author noted people often ask about her round glasses, sparking conversations. Wear something unique, like a cool golf t-shirt, that prompts questions like, do you play golf? This opens the door to connect with people who share your interests. If you want to talk to someone your friend knows, ask for an introduction. This who's that technique uses a mutual connection to start a conversation. But what if the person's in a group, not wearing anything standout, and you don't know anyone who can introduce you? That's where eavesdropping comes in. Stand near the group, listen to their conversation, and when you hear a topic you're comfortable with, jump in. Sorry, I couldn't help overhearing. I'm really into topic. Can we chat about it? This makes you part of the group, letting you connect with your person of interest naturally. Hashtag answering common questions. Rules/1517. When someone asks, how are you? Or what do you do? Most people give boring two-word answers like, I'm from Delhi. Our next technique says to spice up your responses to stand out. Research your city or town, its history, landmarks, or unique traits. If someone asks where you're from, say, I'm from Washington, designed by the same guy who planned Paris. For what do? Don't just say your job title. Share a fun anecdote about your work to pique their interest. If you're a doctor, don't say, I'm a doctor. Say I had a patient who, and share a unique story. Use these techniques not just for yourself, but when introducing others. Mention something interesting about them like, this is my friend, a painter who captures emotions like no one else. This makes introductions memorable and sparks conversation. Hashtag reviving a dull conversation. Rules number 18-20. Ever been in a group where everyone suddenly goes quiet? In a one-on-one chat, this can feel super awkward. Our 18th technique. Listen closely to the other person. If they mention something you know, share a related experience. If not, ask a question about it. For example, if they love ice hockey, share your experience or ask about their favorite team. To keep the chat flowing, imagine a spotlight shifting between you and them. If it's on you too long, they'll lose interest. Let them shine. If you're stuck for something to say, repeat their last point and ask a follow-up question. This keeps the conversation alive without forcing it. Hashtag create a fun vibe. Rules #21123. Ever had someone love hearing your stories or want to hear theirs? Start with once upon a time to make your stories engaging. Share personal moments that resonate. If you're in a group, prompt someone else to share a story, especially one that highlights their strengths. This keeps the vibe lively and lets you step back if needed. To seem positive, smile openly and stay informed about current events. This lets you contribute meaningfully and keep the conversation upbeat. Handshake talk like a VIP. Rules of 23-26. VIP stands for very important person, but it's not just about money or status. It's about how you carry yourself. Avoid asking, what do you do? You can comment and share to join our community of book lovers. Stay tuned for more tips to level up your communication skills and live your best life. Make people uncomfortable, especially if they're not proud of their job. Instead, ask, how do you spend most of your time? This lets them share comfortably. When they ask what you do, tailor your answer to interest, business, friendship, or romance. To sound smarter, expand your vocabulary. Using varied, precise words makes you seem intelligent and polished. Hashtag avoid over-eagerness. Rules #2729. When you meet someone with similar interests, it's easy to get excited and point out every similarity. This can make you seem desperate. Instead, reveal shared interests slowly to appear confident. Start conversations by focusing on their interests, not yours, to earn respect. Use unique smiles for close contacts to make them feel special, reserving a neutral smile for others to avoid seeming fake. Hashtag avoid looking foolish. Rules number 30-33. Avoid overused phrases that make you sound impulsive. Speak thoughtfully, with rhythm and occasional humor, like an inspiring speaker. Be direct and honest. Manipulative wordplay can make you seem untrustworthy. Never mock someone, even playfully, as it can backfire and hurt your reputation. Hash and handle tough situations. Rules and 34-37. Not every conversation is pleasant. When delivering bad news, match your tone and expression to the situation to avoid seeming insensitive. If someone keeps asking intrusive questions, give vague answers and repeat them if pressed, like politicians do. When meeting a celebrity, don't overpraise. Briefly compliment their recent work and express genuine pleasure in meeting them. Instead of just saying thank you, specify what you're grateful for, like, thanks for helping with this project. If you enjoyed this summary and want to dive deeper into more book insights, hit that subscribe button on Bookstory. Don't forget to like, comment, and share to join our community of book lovers. Stay tuned for more tips to level up your communication skills and live your best life.